what are your secrets of winning a lot of awards? Is there any roadmap that someone can follow?
Um, I don't know actually, because I've never been intentional about winning an award. That's the truth. I've never gone out and say I want to win that award, right? Most of them have been a function of just me doing my work to the best of my ability, and it happens that some people notice. So when they do, um, I show up and I present myself as asked, and that seems to resonate with people. But I think, if anything, I think the real value is in my ability to communicate clearly. I've been told to be, or rather, people have said that I'm a very good communicator, and that usually reflects when I talk about my different ideas. And I think that is what has helped me when I stand in front of people to present my ideas, whether it's an award or a pitch. I'm able to clearly articulate what is it that I'm trying to do and why it matters. And so, if anything, if I would give anybody advice, if a person is trying to get awards, for whatever reason, I would say the first thing is be very clear about how you communicate. You need to have conviction. And you can't have conviction if you don't believe in what you are doing yourself. You have to believe in what you're doing. And two, you have to have a vision for it. Where are you trying to get to? And how are you going to get there? You need to have a very compelling case of why you are going to get there and why you are the one to get it there. And three, I would say, learn to understand what these awards are looking for. Because they say when you go fishing, you can either catch many fish or you can get a few big fish. So you need to figure out what these awards are looking for. You're not going to get them just by applying to many awards, but you're going to have to find the specific ones that actually work, right? There is a component of planning ahead that really matters. If you want to get an award today, that's such a short notice. You need to be willing to sit this one out and say, okay, I'm not going to get this one this year, but I'm going to try to understand what they are looking for and position myself enough for next year. And prepare yourself. If it's getting your numbers up, get your numbers up, right? If it means getting more visibility, then get more visibility. Because, for instance, I see you guys track your metrics, how you're doing on different platforms. This is where we are now. This is where we're trying to go next. That is a component of planning, right? So imagine the same thing with awards. They are looking for a very specific thing. Figure out what those things are. Prepare yourself in such a way that when you show up next year, you show up full. You show up not from a point of, I hope they pick me. It's from a point of, well, I have everything that they are looking for, right? Yeah, so I'll say that is the secret, if we may call it that.
You met Queen Elizabeth II, may her soul rest in peace. And you also met a lot of world global leaders that day, and you managed to go there and shake her hand. That by itself is something very special. You just don't get there by not planning or by just being yourself. You get there by hard work and dedication. And as you said, you need to have some value in order to meet those kind of people who are valuable, right? So I was wondering, how did you get there?
So I had told you that I started teaching myself programming from a very young age. I'd go to internet cafes. I'm giving this context because it matters. It's how it built up towards that moment. I started teaching myself programming, which allowed me to learn about innovation and creating software and websites. And from learning that, it led me to a point whereby in high school, while I was in Kibasila, I used to stay in Tegeta, Bunjus actually. And now the journey from from Tegeta from Bunju to Kibasila is a very long one. And in the end of the day, it entailed me waking up very early in the morning. And at the end of it all, it led to me leaving class very early. I wouldn't stay behind for discussions at Kibasila because I have to rush and fight the daladala conductors to get back. Now, pause that for a bit and remember when I told you that from when I was in primary school, I was a very curious person, right? I would look at things and they would inspire me and figure out how do things work.